I have the Midas touch. All I have to do is sit in an office, and deals start rolling in. The vice president treated me like royalty, constantly worried I might leave. That changed the day the CEO's childhood friend swooped in, taking over the VP's position. She marched straight to my desk, grabbed her coffee, and dumped it all over me. "Sleeping on the job, are we? It's people like you dragging this company down," she shouted. "And your bonus? Gone. Plus, I expect a 5,000-word self-critique on my desk by tomorrow morning." I blinked in shock. I'd been working through the night, sealing a $10 million deal, and my manager had explicitly told me to take a short nap if I needed it. Not even 2 minutes in, and I was branded a parasite? Before I could speak, she clacked away in her heels. Mark, my manager, hurried over, concern written across his face. "Arya, that's the future, Mrs. CEO. She doesn't like ambitious women. Brace yourself. Things are about to get rough." Simple enough. If things were going to be like this, I'd leave. Plenty of companies were already chasing me. Losing this one wouldn't hurt. That evening, I reached out to the CEO of Hudson Corporation. They had offered me a 7-figure salary months ago, but I'd stayed out of loyalty to the old VP. With her gone, and this nightmare in charge, it was time to move. The reply came almost instantly. "Handle your transition. Start next month. I'll add 50,000 to your previous offer. Excited to have you on board." I'd earned my reputation. When I joined this struggling company, it barely secured a single major deal. After I arrived, contracts flowed, investors showed up, and the firm's fortunes transformed. Even the old VP had joked that I had the Midas touch, a talent greater than any lucky charm. Unfortunately, no charm could protect her from corporate politics. Armed with my resignation letter, I marched to Stella's office. She didn't greet me right away, instead busy primping and giggling on a video call. 30 minutes later, she finally spoke. "Come in," she said, barely looking up. I held out my letter. She scanned me with contempt. "Arya Lynn, right? This is a business office, not a cabaret. Who exactly are you trying to charm, dressed like that?" Her words were venomous, but I refused to back down. "I'm wearing the standard company uniform, Monsieur, and I earned every deal here with my skills. Keep insulting me, and we can take this to court." Her face twisted with fury, and she grabbed a teacup, throwing its contents at me. I dodged instinctively, avoiding the splash. "You dare dodge me? Don't think your looks let you do as you please," she shrieked. "Landon and I are engaged. I will be Mrs. Liu, and nothing can stop me." Her finger jabbed toward my face. I stepped back, annoyed, treating her outburst like a yapping dog. Mark appeared, giving me a sympathetic glance before addressing Stella. "Monsieur, Mr. Hayes is on the line. He wants to discuss a deal with Arya." He leaned close. "There's something about her, she brings luck. The company has thrived since she joined. I know you dislike her, but—" "Ridiculous," Stella snapped. "This company doesn't need a so-called good luck charm." Then she turned on me again, shrill and venomous. "You even seduce the manager? Shameless. You'll sleep with anyone for an advantage, won't you?" I felt my temples throb, but I couldn't hold back. "If you don't have anything intelligent to say, maybe you should stay silent. Your entire conversation revolves around seduction and scandal. Were you a sewer in a past life? All you do is obsess over appearances. Perhaps that's why you feel threatened by people like me?" I added. "I was quitting anyway." She spat. "So that's it. No wonder Landon is always talking about you. You've been throwing yourself at him. Ah, so he was behind this." Turning to Mark, she barked orders. "Reassign all of Arya's clients. Her new job is cleaning bathrooms. No pay until spotless." Mark looked horrified. This would ruin the company. They're long-term clients. They'll notice a sudden switch, he tried to reason. "They won't." "Do it," she snapped, spotting my resignation letter. "And the self-critique? Make it 20,000 words, by hand. I'll check personally." I placed the resignation letter on her desk. "I don't have time for this nonsense. I quit. Consider this my resignation." Mark looked like he might faint. "Arya, you can't do this." His voice cracked. "You've given years to this company, worked tirelessly, and you haven't even received your year-end bonus. Don't act on impulse." Stella picked up my resignation letter delicately, glancing at it with a smirk. "Leaving? Who else besides Liu Corp will offer you $1 million salary? You've been pampered into thinking you can threaten me by walking out. In reality, top performers like me didn't wait for threats. Other companies were already bidding $1.5 million to lure me away. My loyalty had kept me here for now. I'll make sure all my accounts are handed over smoothly. My last day will be the 1st of next month, I said, calm and measured. Stella's eyes glinted with mockery.
Fine.
I'm curious to see who'd want a lazy, scheming salesperson like you. Mark looked ready to cry. Our star player was leaving. The company's golden goose was flying the coop. He muttered under his breath, already updating his resume. Back at my desk, a colleague leaned over. Arya, are you okay? I heard Ms. Xia yelling. She sounded vicious. I shook my head. It's fine. Let her rant. I'm out of here next month, anyway. A collective gasp rippled through the office. You're quitting? The company's doomed. Ms. Xia is insane. She's kicking out her top earner. Stella's ears must have caught the chaos. Her face reddened with fury as she stormed into the room. Who allowed gossip on company time? I'm docking every one of you $1,000. Repeat offenders, double. Her glare landed on me. Arya Lynn, go meet with Mr. Hayes and sign that contract. Fail, and your commission for this month is gone. Panic had clearly set in. Mr. Hayes had rejected her attempt to reassign my clients. This month alone, I'd closed 7 major deals. My commission exceeded $300,000. I'd just purchased a new penthouse, and my savings weren't exactly overflowing. I grabbed my bag and headed to the restaurant. Mr. Hayes greeted me with a wide smile. Ms. Lynn, you made it. I must say, after our last meeting, our stock jumped several points. It's rare to get your attention, I said, smiling. He handed me a small box. Inside was an imperial green jade bracelet, exquisite and beyond anything I'd received from clients before. I tried to refuse, but he feigned offense. Ms. Lynn, are you insulting me? Reluctantly, I accepted it. After that, we finalized the contract. Back at the office, I went to file my expense report. Before the accountant could process it, Stella stormed in like a storm cloud. She snatched the receipt. $3,000 for a meal? Did you conspire with the restaurant? I blinked. It was a multi-million-dollar deal. Was I supposed to take the client to a fast food joint? Before I could respond, the accountant intervened. Ms. Xia, Mr. Liu's policy allows celebrations at a 5-star restaurant for any deal over $500,000. Arya hasn't broken any rules. Being contradicted sent Stella into a frenzy. Bought off the staff too, huh? She sneered. The accountant looked horrified. Miss Xia, that's absurd. Stella's eyes gleamed. Not worth arguing. Pack your things. You're fired. I almost laughed. Anyone who defended me got canned. I patted the accountant's shoulder. Don't worry. I'll help you find a better job. Grateful, she packed up and left. Stella's glare sharpened. She dragged me into her office, holding up the receipt like a weapon. I suspect Arya Lynn of embezzlement. Anyone who finds evidence will get a $10,000 reward. Colleagues exchanged nervous glances, but no one spoke. Finally, Todd, a coworker who never liked me, stood up. Miss Xia, I have proof. She wears luxury items worth more than her salary. She must be skimming from company funds. Stella's eyes lit up. Exactly. A salesperson couldn't possibly afford these. Arrest her. She barked at the guards. Search her. Pin her down. My heart raced. This is absurd. Those are gifts from clients. She spat back. Still lying? No client would give this. You're pocketing company money. The guards restrained me, tearing at my jacket. The jade bracelet slipped from my pocket. Stella grabbed it, holding it like a trophy. I knew it. Worth at least $1 million. You couldn't buy this in 10 lifetimes. You little thief. I'll make sure you regret this. She yanked my hair and slapped me repeatedly, her nails cutting into my skin. Blood ran down my cheek. Then she grabbed a pen, jabbing at me. Pain shot through my body. A colleague finally called Landon, who had just returned from a business trip. I gritted my teeth. I didn't steal anything. You're assaulting me. I'm calling the police. Stella sneered. The police? A thief calling cops? Let's see how tough your mouth is when I'm done with you. Before she could strike again, heavy footsteps echoed down the hall. Landon burst in. What's going on here? Stop this now. Landon had heard rumors of my Midas touch from the previous VP. While he hadn't fully believed it, he respected my knack for landing massive deals. He approached Stella, frowning, and gently pulled her aside. Stella, what's going on here? The moment she saw him, her expression shifted into feigned innocence. Landon, Darling, I caught this woman stealing from the company, but she denied it and insulted me. Landon's frown deepened. And how did you discover this? She held up the jade bracelet like a trophy. I found this on her. No way she could afford something so lavish on her salary. She must be embezzling. Disgust flickered across Landon's face as he stared at me. Arya, explain this. Where did it come from? I took a steady breath. Mr. Liu, that's a gift from Mr. Hayes. You can call him to verify. Suspicion lingered in his eyes. Why would he give something so expensive? Is there some secret deal? Stella gasped.
See?
She must have sold company secrets. I forced down my anger. Sold secrets? What secrets? I generate 80% of our revenue. If I wanted to sabotage this company, do you really think it would still be standing? His displeasure was evident. Stella jabbed a finger at my nose. Don't try to fool anyone. You only got those deals because of me, Landon. Without his brilliance, someone like you wouldn't earn a dime. Her flattery seemed to stroke Landon's ego. His gaze turned icy. Arya, I'll let this slide today. But if you ever disrespect Stella again, I won't be so lenient. I couldn't help myself. You're insane. Who gave you the right to threaten me? Laws exist for a reason. You're not some villain in a movie. The company only went public because of my work. Had the old VP not begged me to stay, I'd be gone years ago. And now you have the audacity to threaten me? Color drained from Landon's face. He clenched his jaw.
Fine.
If you're so unwilling to work here, pack your things. You're done. I blinked and theatrically pulled out my phone, hitting record. So, this is a termination? Landon sneered, thinking I was intimidated. Even if you begged, I wouldn't keep you.
Out.
Terminated. I nodded briskly. Understood. Ensure my salary, commission, and severance are deposited. And one more thing, your fiancé assaulted me. $1 million for medical and emotional damages seems fair. Landon's brow furrowed. $1 million? Bold move. Refuse?
Fine.
I'll call the police. Fiancé of Liu Corp CEO assaults employee. I'm sure the media would love that headline. His face turned pale.
Fine.
$1 million it is. Now leave. Stella's jaw dropped. Why give her so much? She already resigned. We don't owe her anything. Landon shot her a stunned look. Why didn't you say that sooner? I had worked 5 years there. My severance alone would easily hit 6 figures. I smiled sweetly. And I have your termination on tape. Don't think about backing out, or my next call will be to the labor board. With that, I walked out. I still had 3 weeks before starting my new job, so I booked a countryside vacation. Meanwhile, chaos consumed Liu Corp. Landon's brow stayed furrowed as he stared at red-tinged stock charts and a long list of canceled contracts. His chest felt tight, almost suffocating. His assistant rushed in with more bad news. Sir, Mr. Hayes heard about your treatment of Arya. He refuses to work with our company again. Also, Landon's eyes narrowed. Also, he's offering Arya a $2 million salary and is trying to contact her immediately. Nothing stings more than watching your former employee thrive while your empire crumbles. The assistant hesitated before adding, with respect, sir, you never should have fired her. Ms. Miller always said Arya had a special kind of luck, the Midas touch. Wherever she goes, success follows. Our company struggled before she arrived. After hiring her, it was like hitting the jackpot. We went public in just a few years. Long-term clients report that good things happen after meeting her. Their stocks rise, their products sell out. Landon had dismissed this as superstition, until now. What really happened? Was it as Stella claimed? The assistant suggested reviewing security footage. After watching it, Landon's expression darkened. He wasn't the warmest boss, but he knew talent like Arya was rare. Firing her over petty jealousy was reckless. Yet he loved Stella and couldn't bring himself to blame her. Stella strolled in, smiling. Darling, I was shopping with friends and spotted the most exquisite imperial green necklace. Can you transfer 10 million? Landon's chest tightened. Didn't you just buy jewelry last week? Stella pouted. Old season. I want something new. If a mere employee could wear imperial green, I, as the CEO's fiancé, deserve it too. Arya's name triggered Landon's anger. Do you realize the chaos you've caused by forcing her out? His voice, for the first time, was harsh. Stella blinked, startled. What's wrong, Landon? Arms crossed, he sighed. Arya is invaluable. Our company thrived because of her. Since she left, clients are fleeing and half the staff is resigning. Jealousy flashed across Stella's face. So you're blaming me? That woman is a threat. I was protecting you. A wry smile appeared on Landon's lips. He pulled her close. Relax. I love you. Soon, we'll visit Heiress' place together. You'll apologize and we'll find a way to bring her back. Stella huffed. I'm not apologizing to that tramp. He tweaked her nose playfully. Once she's back and the company's thriving, you can buy whatever you want. In my eyes, she's just a tool. The moment her luck runs out, I'll fire her and let you have your revenge. Satisfied, she agreed reluctantly. Meanwhile, I was preparing for my first day at the new job. When someone knocked, I opened the door, only to see the infuriating couple. My first instinct was to slam it. Landon caught the door. Arya, we need to talk. I rolled my eyes. About what? A heart-to-heart with my ex-boss? Not interested. His tone remained civil but firm. Give me 10 minutes. Then we'll leave. I sighed.
Fine.
Make it quick. I'm busy. Stella's face flared. Who do you think you are, Arya Lynn? You're a nobody. How dare you speak to us like that? Oh, so I'm unworthy of speaking? Then I'll leave. Landon shot Stella a warning glance. Then, bowing slightly, he addressed me. Stella is blunt. Don't take it personally. We're here to ask you to return. Firing you was a mistake. I realize your value now. I'm willing to offer a new contract, $300,000 per year. I raised an eyebrow. Desperation and resentment shone through. He was only here because he needed me, not because he respected me. Seeing no reaction from me, he nudged Stella, urging her to intervene. Tears threatened to spill from Stella's eyes, but under Landon's stern glare, she muttered,
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have hit you. Music to my ears. I pretended to strain my ear. Excuse me, Miss Xia? Did you just apologize? My hearing isn't great. Stella's face twisted in fury. I said,
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't
Have hit you.
Now come back to the company. I nodded, savoring the moment. Nothing sweeter than a forced apology from an enemy. They both relaxed, convinced I'd agreed. Landon pulled out a document, smiling. This is your new contract. 30 years. I hope we can establish a long-term partnership. Trying to lock me in with an absurdly long contract. I raised my eyebrows in mock surprise. A contract? But I never said I'd return. Landon froze. You're not coming back? Then why the nod? I nodded for Miss Ya's apology. I explained coolly. After how you've treated me, do you take me for a glutton for punishment? I'm not returning for more abuse. His fists clenched, and his eyes flashed dangerously. Arya Lynn, don't test me. I can ruin your reputation, claim you stole company secrets. You won't work in this city again. I shrugged. Go ahead. I already have a new job. Even if I didn't, I have the means to drag you through lawsuits for years. Stella finally lost it. You little, do you really think Lu Corp can't survive without you? Consider this your last warning. Even if you crawl back, we won't. I slammed the door in their faces. Sorry, too busy listening to barking dogs. The next day, I started at Hudson Corporation. CEO Adrian Chow personally welcomed me, showing me to a private office and assigning a personal assistant. The other employees were friendly and clearly had been expecting me. I caught a glimpse of Adrian's handsome profile and sighed with satisfaction. This was the life. Kind boss, supportive coworkers, and a $500,000 salary. I just had to figure out the vacation policy. Mr. Chow, is your work week 5 or 6 days? He smiled. Mostly international clients. We follow their schedule. My heart sank. No days off. 4-day work weeks, 3-day weekends, a full month of paid vacation, all national and international holidays off, plus 7 days each for wedding and bereavement leave, he clarified. I leapt from my chair, grabbing his hand. Mr. Chow, you're a hero. I'd work for you forever. He laughed. I'd be honored. In the months that followed, my Midas touch paid off. I brought dozens of major clients to Hudson Corp and helped Adrian secure a massive land deal. Soon, the city buzzed about the goddess of wealth at Hudson. Even the clients who had abandoned Lu Corp returned. Adrian, however, remained unflustered. One afternoon, he slid an invitation across my desk, his gaze slightly averted. Arya, there's a gala tonight and I don't have a date. Would you accompany me? I didn't hesitate. I'd always heard gala cuisine was exquisite. That evening, Adrian sent several designer gowns and jewelry sets to my office. I selected my favorite, and he escorted me to the ballroom. On his arm, we attracted attention. Curious glances mingled with outright hostility. I followed their gaze. Landon and Stella. His suit was worn, her dress outdated. They looked pathetic, staring as if they wanted to tear me apart. I ignored them and mingled with Adrian. Unable to resist, Stella approached, attempting to stir trouble. Well, Arya, you work fast. At Lou Corp, you flirted with male staff. Now, at Hudson, you've already charmed the CEO. You're using your Midas touch to manipulate Mr. Chow.
Disgusting.
He'll find out you're a fraud. A small crowd gathered, whispering. Arya Lynn, seducing coworkers? Hard to believe. Young women use looks to get ahead all the time. She's probably no different. My anger surged, but Mr. Hayes intervened. Miss Ya, watch your mouth. I've worked with Arya many times. She's one of the most professional people I know. He continued, you spend her time spreading lies about successful women. Why? Soon, other business partners joined in. She's a class act. Never plays games. I vouch for her. Stella, stop embarrassing yourself. Everyone knows Lou Corp is failing. You're just taking it out on Arya. Arya's talent was obvious. Lou Corp failed to see it. Don't blame Mr. Chow for recognizing it. Stella and Landon were left speechless. Humiliated, Landon grabbed Stella's arm and dragged her out. Adrian's calm voice met me. Ignore them. Clowns, nothing more. He turned to his assistant. Find a way to shut down Lou Corp tomorrow. I want them to regret ever crossing us. The words from Landon would have sounded silly. From Adrian, they were terrifyingly authoritative. His presence simply commanded power. The gala ended, and Adrian drove me home. Just as I was about to step out, he gently took my hand. In the moonlight, his features were striking, intense. After a long pause, he said, get some rest. You'll have the morning off. Wait, that look was for that. I felt a flicker of disappointment. Then he spoke again. Arya, have you considered dating? I knew it. He was interested. Out of all the companies courting me, he'd offered the most, and now, he seemed to want my heart too. I fought back a smile and cleared my throat. Well, I'm not getting any younger. My family keeps trying to set me up on blind dates. Adrian's expression changed instantly, a flash of panic in his eyes. No, he said firmly. You can't go on blind dates. I laughed softly. Does Hudson Corporation forbid employees from dating? He realized I was teasing him, and his face softened into a serious, earnest expression. Arya, I've liked you for a long time. Will you be my girlfriend? I hesitated for only a moment before nodding. A man so kind, attractive, successful, and devoted? Opportunities like this didn't come often. I wasn't letting it slip away. From that day on, our romance took off. Adrian, despite his composed, mature demeanor, turned out to be surprisingly attentive and clingy. We wanted to spend every moment together, and our relationship quickly deepened into conversations about the future and marriage. One afternoon, as I was about to go wedding dress shopping, I opened the door to find Landon standing there. I had no idea how long he'd been waiting. His eyes pleaded as he spoke. Arya, I was wrong. I never should have let that idiot Stella interfere with you. Please help me save my company. I'm drowning in debt, he continued, desperation cracking his voice. I've sold my house, my car. There's nothing left. I couldn't help the smirk that tugged at my lips. The once arrogant man I had known now looked like a pitiful wreck. You still have your girlfriend, don't you? I asked lightly. Landon's face contorted in anger and shame. That gold digger? The moment my money disappeared, she left me for some other rich kid. She's a shameless opportunist. I never should have indulged her. He turned back to me, pleading. Arya, you were loyal for years. Can you really just watch me fail like this? I offered a perfectly polite smile. Actually, yes, I can. You never gave me a raise when you were thriving. Why should I help you now that you're failing? I ignored his protests and had security escort him from my property. Soon after, my wedding day arrived. As I sat at the head table, listening to gossip from the guests, I heard how Landon was now drowning in debt, living in constant fear, no better than a beggar. As for Stella, her new fiancé's former fiancé had arranged a brutal revenge, her arms and legs broken, abandoned by her family at the hospital in shame. I listened, detached. Their suffering was no concern of mine. People like Landon and Stella always get what they deserve. Temporary fortune may have lifted them, but fate had a different ending for them, one of misery, not sympathy. After Adrian and I married, his business flourished. Over the next decade, he became the wealthiest man in the city. He transferred all of his shares to my name and signed a prenuptial agreement guaranteeing that if he ever wronged me, he would walk away with nothing. When I asked why, he simply said that his success was built on my support and talent, and he wanted to ensure my security. It's true what they say, a man who loves his wife prospers. I wrapped my arms around him, a radiant smile spreading across my face, filled with joy and gratitude.